Hi Virgos, and welcome to your June 2017 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky, and I'm just barely here to give you guys a amazing reading for your month ahead. I am so scatterbrained right now. I kind of think that you guys are too. I think that I've tried to do this reading like 3 times. I keep saying like, welcome to your May 2017 General Tarot Forecast because it doesn't feel like June yet, but it is. So time is really weird right now. I think it is for you guys too. It's either passing too quickly or too slowly for you, all because I think you're holding on to something very powerful and profound. I think that there's something that you thought you'd gotten over a long time ago, or it could have even happened to you recently that it's just like you've made your efforts to let go of it and you've done a lot because you knew that you had to, and it's not that you didn't want to so much, but it's still there. It's like it's holding on to you. Some of you might even feel a little bit haunted or like possessed or something. I don't want to use those words because that's really illusionary, and I'm not one of those people who so much believes in like possession or like lower entity taking over your body. But I feel like some of you feel like there's like a darkness around you, or you feel very almost out of control. And I do believe in the lower entity energy, but I really think that it can be quite simple to sort of eradicate it or be able to come back into control of ourselves. So if you feel like you're dealing with any of that, I'll give you some great tips throughout this video to be able to help you to get the higher entity vibration around you. But it really seems like it all comes down to letting go of something that at one time was like really powerful for you, but has definitely outlived its range of power for you. So yeah, I do feel like there's new love coming in for you this month, because especially like when you let go of those old vibrations and you're able to kind of move seamlessly from the old to the new, that's when a lot of new relationships, like really profound relationships, come in. And you can probably think back, Virgo, to like other parts of your life where you were able to kind of step from one chapter to the next, and when you were kind of able to do that seamlessly, like things kind of just fell into place. The right people came in. They may not have been right in the long run, but the people who came in to give you a really profound, like karmic fatalistic experience, not necessarily in a bad way, really came in easily during the times that you were able to seamlessly transition from chapter to chapter. So that's definitely real for you right now. If you can't let go, you're not going to see many new people coming in. If you can, you're probably going to see like 1 or 2 very profound people come in June who could be like very long running, depending on what you need right now. Also, Virgo, you're dealing with people like turning their back on you, and that's just also a part of this. Like when you're going from chapter to chapter, when you're sort of making these distinct endings and beginnings in your energy, the people who are like there right now are the people who you thought would be long runners who haven't been able to ascend like you have. They will kind of start to fade away, and that could be what's hard for you to let go of right now. Sorry, Virgos, I'm losing my voice a little bit. It could be hard for you to let go of the people that came in at a very difficult time for you, that you feel like you have to be so loyal to. But I don't feel like they're being so loyal to you right now, so I think it will be good to go the opposite direction, at least for a little while. You're also needing a lot of rest this month. You're needing to rejuvenate, as we all kind of do during Cancer time. It's Gemini time until we get towards the end of the month, but it is the 3rd week, right, when you guys get 4 of Swords coming in. So that makes sense. It would, I think, benefit everybody to take just a little bit of time to themselves right as we transition into Cancer energy towards the end of June. And it seems like you can come out of that with a lot of power, a lot of fortitude for the future. You have in the 4th week, both of those Wands cards. That could be the new people that come in. Also, it could say that you're finally getting back some of that fire energy, which can be very foreign to you depending on your chart. You finally get back some of the passion, some of the assertiveness, some of the adaptability to go after your goals. So without further ado, Virgos, I'm going to go ahead and look at this reading from the week to week, and we'll see what else is coming forward for you guys. Okay, so in the first week, you guys have the Hanged Man rooted down by the 3 of Wands reversed. There's something that you feel that you can't survive without, or something that you've got to be like anchored down by, and that's a normal theme as we move into Cancer time, but this is still coming in like the first week for you guys, so very much still in Gemini time. If you notice with like the Hanged Man, he's bound to the what would that be called? The I don't know, the hanging stick, whatever that is. And then in the Three of Wands, the guy can't really stand up by himself. He's got to like hold his weight up a little bit on the walking stick, or he's got to kind of lean on it a little bit. He's not standing up by himself. So it's like there's something that you're attached to. There's something that you feel that you can't stand up without. I know that a lot of Virgos kind of got very tangled up in codependent relationships ever since like summer of 2016. And I'm sure the timeline has been different for individually each of you guys, but since like last summer, there's been a lot of learning and like moving from one relation to the next, kind of hoping that they would save you, and then it being kind of like a worst case scenario type of thing. So it's like you need something that's like inanimate, or something that is outside of you to hold up your weight. And I think that you're really called in June to be able to stand on your own. I think that you're called in June to be able to turn your back on the things that you feel like do hold you up, or the things that you feel like you can't survive without, when they are not really something that, you know, are essential to actual survival. You know, this can also talk about feeling stuck in the first week. Some of you might actually feel stuck in a relationship. You're not sure whether you need to distance yourself, or whether you need to let go of somebody. You do need to let go this month for sure. So if you've been like really contemplating breaking up, or you know that you've been like cheated on, but you've not let on, like, you know, now is really a time to kind of go out guns blazing before you get into Cancer time, so you can have that time to rejuvenate and recuperate. And just a simple change in perspective will really do you good, Virgo. You're really good at that anyway. The Hanged Man is all about perspective changes, and the Three of Wands is about, you know, looking in other directions, seeing what's on the horizon versus what is in front of you right now. So a little bit of like optimistic thinking, and maybe closing one door, looking the other way, and finding the new door. It seems like it works out quite easily for you, as long as you can just make those first primary actions into doing those things. Into the second week, you guys have Ace of Cups reversed, rooted down by King of Swords reversed. You can really meet new people in this week, but it's not going to be the best experience for you in the world if you've not been able to change that perspective, or if you haven't been able to let go. So like those of you who have needed to like cut ties with somebody, or who have needed to establish some kind of ending or boundary, if you've not done that and this new person comes in the second week, it's going to not feel right, because you might feel like you're cheating on your heart, or you might feel like you're throwing somebody under the bus. Or you might just feel like you can't authentically react to it because you just don't know what the future holds. So setting boundaries in preparation for like the rest of June, like by the first week, would be optimum. But, you know, I don't know. Some of you might not even like watch this until like July or something. So just like whenever you can set the boundary or establish the endings that need to be established, Virgo, that's when you're going to feel the best. That's when the good energy is going to start entering, and you're going to be able to more easily change the perspectives. You know, Ace of Cups is rooted down by King of Swords reversed, so it's like you might even be a little bit scarred with love, and you might be really seeking solitude, or not even feeling like you're in the market to be in a relationship or to date or anything. That really could be it. I feel like some of you are just wanting to be alone and wanting to separate yourself, which is actually not the best thing right now. You would want to wait till like late June or into July before you're really trying to separate. You know, you're still in Gemini time during the first 2 weeks of June, and that's all about connections. That's all about small talk and communication, and really understanding everything through like spoken or written words. So if you're really trying to be by yourself and not talking to anybody, you're gonna feel a little bit like flustered and a little bit uncomfortable in the energy, I would say. And I think it's because you have been very like disrespected or very hurt by words. So you're just really wanting to like get away from the chatter. You're really wanting to get away from people. Even words that are not meant to be so mean or bad are like really sinking into you right now. So I see that as being the reason why you're wanting to separate, but it seems like if you can just like look a different direction or slightly change your perspective, there's like a different group of people that your conversation can be very healing with, and it can be very beneficial. So I just think that the people that you're around right now most often are not so good for you. Third week, Page of Pentacles rooted down by Four of Swords. You really do gain by allowing rest here. Now, the separation can start to happen here. You just don't want to do it too preemptively in June. because you might even be more busy. You might have more of a demand in work schedule moving into the latter part of June. And that will obviously take a bit more of your energy, but I feel like you're going to be getting more money. You're going to be gaining more, and that will make you want to rest. It'll be good to calculate like how you're going to use your resources. Maybe not just going out on like a spending venture and buying whatever you want. It seems like you can save more this month, and you can prolong what you have, and that can even be just emotional too. Are you really spending a lot of emotional energy? Ace of Cups reversed also represents that you're really giving people emotional reactions. It's kind of a psychic vampire type of archetype that people around you are really taking more than you can provide. And at the end of the day, that is like solely on your shoulders, Virgo, because you have to be able to set those boundaries. Like, I can't sugarcoat it. Ace of Cups reversed is only the person's fault who's getting it. You know, it's such a young archetype, you can't really establish blame for it. So you just have to be able to set your own boundaries, and you have to be able to close doors that need to be closed. It may be the other person's fault for, obviously I'm not trying to exonerate them for being a psychic vampire, and I don't really like that word, but I'm not trying to make that okay on their part. But anybody who has like psychic vampire tendencies, at the end of the day, it really becomes the fault of the person who even allows them in. Because if you're not communicating with somebody who's very parasitic, I think that's a better word, emotionally parasitic, if you cut communication or you cut off contact, there's nothing that they can do, you know? Like, they cannot, like, they can't, I mean, there is an emotional, energetic field thing that goes on, but if you set your boundary strong enough, you will cut that off as well. So we kind of get into a shadow side of this Virgo where every Virgo wants to feel like they're needed, or wants to feel like other people around them rely on them for something, especially going into Cancer time, because it's a very Cancerian archetype as well. You know, do you need people around you to drain your energy? Because it seems like at the end of the day, they're very thankful, and they're like, oh, that person is so loyal, that person is so powerful in my life, and I so appreciate them, but is that worth it, you know? In the third week, I feel like that's what you're contemplating. You're getting more, you're gaining without doing that, so you're sitting back and you're like, okay, I don't need these people in my life. Fourth week comes in, Virgo, and it's beautiful. Like, you can really make a lot of progress on your creative goals, on new insights for like the future manifestation of your like fiery energy of what you do to create spontaneity around you, to create just happiness, because it's been kind of monotone for you. Like, everything that you're doing seems like it's just kind of like not adding up to any kind of really profound ending. So fourth week is like finding what inspires you again. It can also be new people coming in. That's why I said like 1 or 2 new people come in this month. Like Page of Wands, that could be like a new love interest, somebody who's very adaptable, somebody who's very confident, very self-assured, and not afraid to pursue a goal like without even calculating. The only danger with Page of Wands is they can really trip over themselves. They can burn out really easily because they've not really had a lot of situations to like tell them no, or to really stop them. So one of those situations comes up and they can be completely discouraged. The Queen of Wands reverse, reading that down, that's more like that's a very higher evolution of that Page of Wands energy. So that person understands burnout. That person has been through it. They've been through the obstacles, but they still maintain their inspiration, and they can do it on a more leveled, more consistent basis. That could be also a sign for you guys that like your projects that you're pursuing, that you're like really being assertive, you've got this new burst of energy and you're really running straight forward. Do prepare for the worst, and don't let that stop you, but find and create like an affirmation or mantra within yourself that helps you to be able to be prepared for obstacles and to be able to maneuver them and navigate them and still be pursuing your goals. I do feel like people will come in who have this type of energy to help you understand how to do that. I really think it's a beautiful month for you guys. Do you remember that 4 of Pentacles is your center theme? It will be good to be conservative in certain ways. It will be good to conserve your energy, conserve your emotions. maybe even conserving your wealth or finances, like saving your money. Maybe save just a little bit more than you usually do, put a little bit more back. That will suit that energy. And if you can like correlate the way that you like save your money with the way that you're outputting your energy, because there is usually a connection there, in the way that people spend money versus energy. If you can find a correlation there, you will heal very quickly. And on the other end of that, for other Virgos, it's like you've got to loosen the belt a little bit. You can spend more. You can spend a little bit more emotional energy. So that's funny. And I do think for the majority of you, you've overspent. You're kind of overdrawn on the emotional, energetic wavelength. But there is a certain amount of you who's like so sealed off and so disconnected and like detached and have been for a while that you really can jump back in. So it's like black or white. There's no in between. So whichever end of the spectrum you fall on, know that it's okay to go the other direction just a little bit. Maybe finding a middle ground this month would be really nice for you. And being able to let go of past grudges, because that's, for me, Four of Pentacles, yeah, it's saving money, it's power through money, it's being reserved, contemplative, passive. But more than anything, it's like holding on to a grudge for me, or it's like... I don't know, like that feeling that you get when you're like really emotional, but you're not going to show it, and that like swells up in your stomach, and it's like that butterflies feeling, but not like a healthy version. That's what I think of with Four of Pentacles. So it's okay to let it go. It's okay to, purge that out of you. It could kind of be a month of purge. I'm sending a lot of white light and a lot of great projection for you this month, Virgos. You can do a lot, and you're not in that place where you're dealing with purge or you're dealing with detox in a way that you have to be separated from everybody else, or in the way that it's going to completely rule over your life. You're very special in the fact that you're still accomplishing, you're still inspired, and you're still motivated, but the purge and the detox is happening simultaneously. So I will be interested to see how that goes for you. And comment below, like, how do you maneuver through times like these? How do you allow the purge or detox energy to come in and at the same time be accomplishing what you've set out to do and to stay inspired? I would love to hear your take on it, because Virgo is so good at that. You guys are so organized, and you're like the taskmasters of the zodiac. So as a Scorpio myself, who, like, if I get in that place where I'm like purging or detoxing, like, watch out, everybody. It's like, it's not something that, well, it's harder. It's harder for me to continue or to keep my energy where it needs to be. So I would appreciate your insight on that. If you guys would like to book a private reading with me, that should be popping up right now in the center of your screen. Also, you can check your sun, moon, rising sign here and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and for your great comments and likes. I am just so thankful, and I will talk to you guys in July. Much love until then. Bye.